Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So, I think Vidya Mataji, whenever you're ready, you can start, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nashta Prayeshu Apareshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistehike. Today we are reading from Canto 10, chapter 23, The Brahmana's Wives Blessed. Text 1 through 13. Text 1. The cowherd boys said, O Rama, Rama, mighty armed one, O Krishna, chastiser of the wicked, we are being harassed by hunger, and you should do something about it. Text 2. Sukadev Goswami said, thus entreated by the cowherd boys, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the son of Devaki, replied as follows, desiring to please certain of his devotees who were Brahmanas' wives. Text 3. Lord Krishna said, please go to the sacrificial arena where a group of Brahmanas learned in Vedic injunctions are now performing the Angirasa sacrifice to gain promotion to heaven. Text 4. When you go there, my dear cowherd boys, please simply request some food. Declare to them the name of my elder brother, the Supreme Lord Balarama, and also my name, and explain that you have been sent by us. Text 5. Thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cowherd boys went there and submitted their requests. They stood before the Brahmanas with palms joined in supplication and then fell flat on the ground to offer respect. Text 6. The cowherd boys said, O earthly gods, please hear us. We cowherd boys are executing the orders of Krishna, and we have been sent here by Balarama. We wish all good for you. Please acknowledge our arrival. Text 7. Lord Rama and Lord Achyuta are tending their cows not far from here. They are hungry and want you to give them some of your food. Therefore, O Brahmanas, O best of the knowers of religion, if you have faith, please give some food to them. Text 8. Except during the interval between the initiation of the performer of the sacrifice and the actual sacrifice of the animal, O most pure Brahmanas, it is not contaminated for even the initiated to partake of food, at least in sacrifices other than the Sautramani. Text 9. The Brahmanas heard this supplication from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yet they refused to pay heed. Indeed, they were full of petty desires and entangled in elaborate rituals. Though presuming themselves advanced in Vedic learning, they were actually inexperienced fools. Text 10 and 11. Although the ingredients of sacrificial performance, the place, time, particular paraphernalia, mantras, rituals, priests, fires, demigods, performer, offering, and as yet unseen beneficial results are all simply aspects of his opulences. The Brahmanas saw Lord Krishna as an ordinary human because of their perverted intelligence. They fail to recognize that he is the supreme absolute truth, the directly manifest personality of Godhead, whom the material senses cannot ordinarily perceive. Thus, bewildered by their false identification with the mortal body, they did not show him proper respect. Text 12. When the Brahmanas failed to reply even with a simple yes or no, O chastiser of the enemy, Parikshit, the cowherd boys returned disappointed to Krishna and Rama and reported this to them. Text 13. Hearing what had happened, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord of the universe, simply laughed. Then he again addressed the cowherd boys, showing them the way men act in this world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Vidya Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Rashchandrik Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Prabhupada. Whenever you're ready, you can start, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you, Vidya Mataji, for reading the translations so wonderfully. Please excuse. We'll start with short prayers. ॐ अज्ञानं तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमतिभक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are currently reading 10th canto, and we are starting with a new chapter, chapter number 23, which is entitled The Brahmana's Wives Blessed. So far, begin with this chapter, to just lay out a little bit of background, both Gopas, Balaram, and Shri Krishna are in the forest. And during most of the time, most of his leelas, Krishna's leelas, have taken place with his friends along with them in the forest. So right now, they're feeling, the Gopas are feeling hungry in text number 1. So when I read this, that cowherd boys are calling Krishna in sarcasm, "Oh Rama, Rama, mighty armed, like you can do anything." Right? They are telling them that now we are hungry. Why don't you do something about it? Like, what are you looking at kind of behavior? So this rasa can be experienced only when there is a sakhya rasa. Just imagine us asking Krishna in Dasya mood that, Krishna, what are you doing? Give us some food. Right? This is not how we will approach. But Krishna is enjoying beautiful Sakhya mellows with his friend, where the friends are actually commanding, Krishna, we are hungry, we need food, and how we will get food, we don't know, you arrange it. So this is an order given by a friend to a friend. It's a beautiful Sakhiras being enjoyed by Krishna over here. In verse number 2nd, we see now what happened. There is a commentary by Sukadev Goswami. They say, thus, entreated by the cowherd boys, Krishna decided that there are some Brahmana wives around. So here, Krishna already knew that I have to give opportunity of being blessed to the Brahmana's wife, not to the Brahmanas. That we'll understand the further in the chapter how and why. So here he wanted that I want to show some mercy to my devotees, the Brahmana wives. So I have to somehow meet them, have a leela with them. So it's like, yeah, this is a good time to engage everybody in this. So Krishna tells to his friends that nearby there is a sacrificial arena and there are a lot of Brahmanas doing yagya. And the yagya name was Angirasa Yagya, right? And why is this yagya done? The only reason to do this yagya is to get promoted to higher planetary system like Swargaloka. So in Swargaloka, getting the opportunity to do bhakti is extremely bleak. It's not as much available because it is Swargaloka is more like a vacation spot. When from your everyday life, when you go for vacation, right, you are having so much materialistic bliss over there that you do not want to really indulge so much into bhakti, right? Because you're at that time on a break, so-called break, so you're enjoying yourself. Similarly, when we are able to get a lot of sukruti, we also get an opportunity. If you have not done bhakti, we get an opportunity to go to Swargaloka and have a good vacation over there. You get vacation for the amount of Sukruti you have earned. In return of that, you get a vacation in Swargaloka. And for that amount of Sukruti that you gave, that is acting like money. Once your Sukruti is over, you are sent back to the Prithvi Loka. Now go again. Start your Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Right? If you over there desire and ask them that I want to stay a little bit more in the heaven, the answer will be given that by you had only this much Sukruti, so you're getting only this much vacation package. It's time for you to go. And we are sent back whether we like it or we don't like it. But many people aspire for Swargaloka, heavenly planets, because they think this is all what is. This is what the final goal of our life is. Slight bewilderment, we'll discuss about that. Here in text number 4, we see now Krishna is telling them what to do. That once you go there, what you have to tell and what you have to talk about. So here he is telling, go and tell them that we are hungry. So my brother Balaram, first take my brother's name, then you can take my name and tell that we have sent you all. You have not come on your own because you might feel shy, right? Sometimes whenever we go to ask for donation, we will never ask donation for ourselves. We'll happily ask donation for Krishna, right? Because we have to do so and so festival for Krishna. Can you please help us? And so in the same manner, he asked his friends, Gopa friends, go and tell them that you are not asking for food. It's Balram and myself. Now here there is a small description why Krishna is telling them that first tell my brother's name Balram, because he is a Kshatriya. He is Vasudeva and Rohini's putra. Everybody knows he is a Kshatriya. But Krishna right now, he is a Vaishya putra, right? So Brahmanas might be more inclined giving some donation of food to a Kshatriya over a Vaishya. Hence, then here it is said in verse number 5 that after being instructed like this, they went ahead and submitted their request. They stood before the Brahmanas with palms joined in supplication and then fell flat on the ground. Dandavat pranam as in falling down straight like a stick and offering your obeisances. So here it is very important to know, why do we have to pay obeisances to Brahmanas? Brahmanas are something that Krishna has recommended in Shastra that they need to be respected, them and cow. Every day when we offer also to Krishna food, there also we say, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. There also we are taking the name of Krishna as you are a Hitaya Cha, as in you think about the well-being of whom? Go and Brahmana. Go as in cow and Brahmana as in Brahmana. So, to understand what kind of person is supposed to be a Brahmana, we already see in verse number 18th chapter, 42 verse, Krishna is giving us what are the qualities that a Brahmana should have. If you are a Brahmana, these are the qualities you should possess or practice to possess: peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. And these are the natural qualities by which a Brahmana works. So these qualities are very important, and hence a person being able to have such good qualities is obviously worthy of all the respect possible. Hence, Dandavat Pranam goes without saying. So here, all these Gopas came and offered their respectful obeisances unto the Brahmanas. And then the cowherd boys is telling them that we are actually executing the order of Krishna. So whatever right now we are doing, it is executing the order of Krishna for us to understand it from our point of view. Executing the order of Krishna, what order are we executing? We have a very simple order that when you are in a manushya body, human body, then it is your duty to have self-realization and come back to Godhead. This is our orders, like for a human body. There are times, obviously, we forget it and we should not forget it, but these are the basic criterias. So here they are saying that we are also following the orders given by Krishna and Balaram to us. And please acknowledge our arrival. In verse number 7, here they are saying, verse number 7 is important. There are not much purports in the entire section that we are doing today. But verse number 7 is really important. Here they say that both Balaram and Krishna are tending the cows and they are hungry and want you to give them some food. Now they are saying, therefore, Brahmanas, oh, the best of knower of all religion, if you have faith, please give them food. So yeah, that last line is pretty important. Prabhupada also explains it a little bit over here. Here saying, they are saying, I'm sorry, that the boys are telling the Brahmanas that anyone who is hungry is a very, very fit candidate for receiving food in charity. For this, the words used or Vedic injunctions used are Anashya Shuditam Patram. So, who is hungry is a fit candidate to receive food in charity. But why should we do charity is the question. These are Brahmanas. Brahmanas receive charity. They don't give charity. Right? This is how what we have learned. Kshatriyas give charity, Vaishyas give charity, Brahmanas live on charity. But again, in Bhagavad Gita itself, 16th chapter, in this verse number 1 to 3, there are all different qualities given for a nice human being. And in that purport, Prabhupada has explained the next item is charity. I mean, they are talking about good qualities that a person should possess. So when Prabhupada is writing about charity, he explains very clearly the next item is charity. Charity is meant for householders. Now here, dear devotees, these brahmanas are brahmanas, but they are householders. Right? They are not sannyasis over here. So it is meant for a householder. It implies on us also. Most of us are householders. Charity must be given from our end. A householder should earn a livelihood by an honorable mean and spend 50% of their income to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. Thus, a householder should give in charity to institutional societies that are engaged in this way. Charity should be given to the right receiver. There are different kind of charities, as we'll explain in the later part. Charity in the mode of goodness and passion and ignorance. There are three kind of charities, which is explained in the later part. And in this only later, it is explained that a person who's hungry is very well fit to be given a charity of food, not necessarily of money, but definitely of food. This is also a kartavya, a duty of a householder. When food is cooked in their house, it is their duty to come out of the house and call out 3 times, asking, is there anyone hungry? If there is, please come and take food right now. There are 3 times a calling that a householder should give. And food should always be given whenever asked for from a hungry person. So, as reading this, there were few examples that I could think of. Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra Muni, we know, went through a lot of austerities to achieve the position that he had. And he was being tested every time by Indra Devta. First, it was by the Apsaras, twice it was by the Apsaras of Swargalok, and third time it was to test his anger. So the Indra Devta transformed himself into a Brahmana, like not really a Brahmana, but a person who's really, really hungry, and approached Vishwamitra Muni at that proper moment when he was about to honor Prasadam. And when he was about to honor the Prasadam, Indra Devta came and asked for food. And Vishwamitra Muni happily gave that food away to Indra Devta, who is disguised as a hunger-thrived person. And that is when Vishnu was really, really appreciative of how hard Vishwamitra Muni's worked to control on his lust, anger, everything. And he appeared and gave him the name Vishwamitra Muni. So giving food is one of the most important aspect that we should do. Then few days ago, Naina Prabhuji was telling me the story of King Ranti Deva. For King Ranti Dev also, there was similar story that he narrated, that Maharaj Ranti Dev also, after fasting for about 48 hours or so, was about to honor food, prasadam. At that very time, Brahmanas and pack of dogs had arrived at their doorstep asking for food and water. So he gave up that happily, because anybody asks for charity of food should be met up with first. Then we also know in Mahabharat Katha, we see Yudhishthir Maharaj, when he was asked to go to Vanvas, when he went to Vanvas, he had the desire that I want to serve the Brahmanas. I want to be serving them. I have the desire to serve them prasad every day. How do I do this? And that's when Surya Devta gave him the Akshay Patra, that here you can cook in this as much as you want. You can serve to the Brahmanas every single day. And this is also the reason why Prabhupada also started the free Sunday feast that we have in our temple, and in all over the world, in all the ISKCONs, we have free Sunday feast. That Prabhupada used to say that in a radius of 10 miles from the temple, nobody should really go hungry. Everybody should be fed. Also, one of the reason why we have the hunger free zone truck. Right? There should be food given to person who are hungry. This also, that with so many examples we understand, this also applies to all the Brahmanas who are sitting right now and doing the Angirasa Yagya. But they are not really paying attention to what the Gopas are saying. So to put forward their argument very nicely, they are saying one more point in verse number 8. They are giving them reasons that I know you are doing yagya, and whenever we do anything like deity service, we all know all the pujaris in the temple, they do not eat anything, right? They keep themselves clean so that they can do the services. But they're saying, but in between, no, after the services are done, after the yagya is done, you can definitely eat something or give us the food, or you can also eat and then give us the food. Like, they were trying their best to get as many reasons as possible so that the brahmanas do not say no, we don't want to, right? But the brahmanas heard this supplication from the supreme personality of Godhead, yet they refused to pay heed. This is what most of us end up doing most of the time. Krishna has told us all the four regulative principles, what we have to do in Bhagavad Gita, how we have to do in Bhagavatam. Yet sometimes we do not pay heed to it over the sense gratification attitude that we have. Indeed, they were full of petty desires and entangled in the elaborate rituals. Here, Prabhupada is explaining in this verse that these are very childish Brahmanas. They are entangled in the petty desire. What is the desire? That they have to go to upper planetary system. The desire is not to go to Goloka, meet Krishna, serve him. No, only to upper planetary system. But they are Brahmanas. They have read the Veda and Shastra still. Due to the ignorance, their intelligence is covered. This again, I was discussing with my Prabhu, and he gave me this example from Ishopanishad, verse number 9. Verse number 9, Ishopanishad. There is this description that Prabhupada gives in the puppet, where he says that the Vedavat Rata people, instead of realizing the purpose of the Veda, is to revive the forgetful soul's lost relationship with the personality of Godhead, take it for granted that such side issue an attainment of heavenly pleasure for sense gratification. So, such kind of brahmanas that we are seeing an example of in this chapter, they can be termed as Vedavad Rata people, because they are forgetting the basis of Shastra, but are getting bewildered in the flowery language of the Shastra, and paying attention to going to the heavenly planet, enjoying yourself, like using the Shastra in that direction. So these people will be termed as Vedavadarataha people. Then we move on to verse number 10 and 11. And here it is said that even though like all the ingredients are there, the place, the time, particular paraphernalia, demigod, everything is there, are simply aspects of his opulence. The Brahmanas saw the Lord Krishna as an ordinary human being. Everything that they're doing right now in Yagya, they're having good paraphernalia, they have good ingredients, ghee, lakdi, everything to do the Yagya. All these are but the part and parcel of Krishna. They are doing, and the Agni that they are going to prajwal it is the tongue of Krishna, Vishnu. We read that in Bhagavad Gita. They're doing it for Krishna, but without realizing. They are not accepting that Krishna in front of them is actual Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because there is a curtain of bewilderment due to the ignorance. Right? So we have three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. Sometimes when we are having a lot of passion and ignorance, we might not be able to understand the real aspect of Krishna consciousness or bhakti or serving Krishna. Verse number 12 and 13, we will end with this. Here, after so many prayers from the Gopas, the Brahmanas did not really reply yes or even no. See, when you don't reply something, when a person visits you, the person in front of you might get a little agitated because it's not a good behavior. We see this with Parikshit Maharaj also. That is again a Leela. But he was really thirsty and he went to the Brahmana's kutir and he was asking for water. And what he expected in return was an answer. Yes or no, or come sit, or something like that, some kind of communication, which also got Parikshit Maharaj also really agitated. Right? So here, O chastiser of enemy Parikshit, the cowherd boys returned disappointed. Right? So they are reminding also kind of. So the cowherd boys also like this because they are not talking to them only. They returned back and told everything to Krishna. And Krishna is here laughing. Why? He's laughing on our mudta. Sometimes we do behave like this, not really paying attention to the zest of our services. Sometimes we do behave like this. So Krishna is laughing that Hari Bol. They are really they think they know but they don't know kind of attitude. And then the remaining of it will be discussed on Monday. Here I will take a pause. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dhanvat Pranam.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thanks so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.